One of them is known worldwide. The ancient Greeks put wars on pause for him, and Hollywood is still churning out blockbusters about him. The other is the grim Slavic god of thunder, practically unknown outside Eastern Europe today. But does that mean he's any weaker? Today, we're going to make them clash and find out who the coolest mythical thunderer really is. And the finale of this showdown will definitely surprise you. Let's get into it.
Round 1. Origins and the path to power.
Both thunder gods fought their way to the top by pushing their own fathers aside, but their methods were polar opposites. Zeus pulled off a hostile takeover. His father, the Titan Cronus, was terrified of a prophecy about his downfall, so he swallowed his children right after birth. But Zeus was saved by his mother's trickery. She swapped the baby for a rock in swaddling clothes. Cronus swallowed it whole and didn't even notice the difference. When Zeus grew up and came back, he slipped his old man a potion, making him spit all his brothers and sisters back out. Then came a 10-year war with the Titans. Zeus broke the Cyclopes out of Tartarus, forged a coalition, won the war, and scored the supreme power in a lucky draw.
Perun's rise didn't involve a bloody coup. Originally, the boss of the pantheon was his father, Svarog, the god of fire and blacksmithing. But over time, Perun simply pushed his dad out of the spotlight. He just turned out to be more relevant. Warriors swore allegiance to him, and farmers prayed to him for rain. Svarog simply faded into the background, yielding the leader's seat to his more in-demand son.
Round 2. Arsenal!
At first glance, it might seem like they both just sling lightning bolts, but their weaponry is fundamentally different.
Zeus uses the Master Bolt, forged by the Cyclopes. Plus, Zeus's lightning is the ultimate precision-guided ranged weapon. He can sit back on Mount Olympus and pinpoint targets anywhere in the world without even getting off his throne. Besides the lightning, Zeus also rocked the Aegis, a shield or cloak packed with defensive magic, along with an eagle acting as his herald and symbol of power.
The Slavic thunderer hurled very tangible stone axes. The sheer kinetic force of his throw was so monstrous that the projectile would punch clean through any monster and bury itself dozens of meters underground.
Backing up the axe were a bow with lightning arrows, a heavy mace, and a spear. Even his chariot, pulled by fire-breathing horses or massive goats, functioned as a full-fledged weapon. The deafening roar of its wheels spawned rolling thunder, and lightning flashed across the sky simply from its breakneck speed.
Round 3. Fighting style and personality.
Zeus's signature style is built on cold calculation and absolute majesty. He knows how to bide his time, forge alliances, and let his opponent make a mistake, and only then does he strike. The Slavic thunder god, on the other hand, reacts instantly. He was described as a grim warrior with a furrowed brow, wearing the look of a man who has already made up his mind. He talks little and acts a lot.
Perun doesn't weave webs of intrigue, doesn't change the rules mid-fight, and doesn't betray his own. When Slavic warriors swore oaths to him before a campaign, they knew for a fact their patron would keep his word. Zeus definitely can't boast a track record like that. His treaties were regularly rewritten depending on his mood, the political climate, or whoever happened to be nearby.
Round 4. The Arch-Nemesis.
Every truly great god needs a personal antagonist, a conflict that explains the very fabric of the universe.
For the lord of Olympus, that enemy was Typhon, the absolute worst nightmare of ancient Greek mythology. He was a walking monster with 100 dragon heads.
When Typhon showed up to storm Olympus, the gods scattered in a panic. Only Zeus stayed behind to face him one-on-one. The brawl was as epic as it gets. Zeus barely managed to defeat the beast, sealing him tight under Mount Etna.
Perun's main opponent is Veles. He is the full-fledged god of the underworld, magic, and wealth. Trouble starts when Veles steals cattle, kidnaps people, or breaches the borders between worlds. Perun instantly takes off in hot pursuit. Eventually, Perun drives his rival back underground, and the rain pours down, a sign that balance has been restored. But next year, Veles will return, and the whole cycle will repeat itself, like the changing of the seasons.
Round 5. Weaknesses and vulnerabilities.
Nobody's perfect, and it's exactly these hidden flaws that make these gods genuinely interesting characters. Zeus is so used to being number one that he's genuinely bought into his own invincibility. The Thunderer regularly underestimates his enemies, and it was exactly this cocky drop in concentration that nearly let Typhon tear him to pieces back in the day. His second weakness? Beautiful women. To score a successful date, the supreme god would transform into a bull, a swan, or even a shower of gold. In those moments, the great strategist completely lost his head, a fact that his wife Hera regularly used to manipulate him. The Slavic god suffers from a totally different set of vulnerabilities. He's used to acting in the here and now, which means it's incredibly easy to push his buttons and provoke him. Veles regularly takes advantage of this, blatantly trolling his opponent and making him chase him all over the world. Primal fury works great in a street fight, but it completely blinds your tactical vision.
On top of that, Perun has absolutely zero soft skills. He is neither a diplomat nor a negotiator. If a conflict needs to be diffused with finesse, the grim god of thunder just hits a dead end.
The final showdown.
Now, let's imagine what would happen if we threw these two into the same arena.
Right out of the gate, the Greek has an obvious edge. In an open-air clash, distance plays right into Zeus's hands. He's used to dealing damage from a safe range, and his lightning bolts home in on their targets like heat-seeking missiles. In this scenario, Perun will have to close the gap on his chariot, meaning he'll be taking a brutal amount of incoming fire. But he'll charge straight through, and that's when the Lord of Olympus is going to have a problem. Zeus will definitely try to drag the fight out to probe for weaknesses, but his grim, axe-wielding opponent won't give him a second to breathe. Perun will be applying heavy pressure from the very first second of the match.
If things come down to hand-to-hand combat, the balance of power shifts dramatically. In close quarters, the advantage is entirely on Perun's side. He is a born melee fighter, whereas Zeus is used to keeping his hands clean. In a clinch, a heavy stone axe is way more dangerous than a high-precision lightning bolt, because you don't need to aim, you just need to swing from the shoulder.
The final verdict.
In a drawn-out war of attrition with plenty of room to maneuver, Zeus, with his strategic mind and ranged attacks, will most likely outplay the Slav. But in a brutal, head-on collision where there's no time for cunning plans and small talk, Perun is extremely dangerous. One is used to winning through wits, the other through unbreakable will. And while brains usually win out in the myths, sometimes brute primal force shatters any game plan. So the honest answer is this. In most scenarios, Zeus takes the win. But in a relentless, no-holds-barred slugfest, the outcome is absolutely unpredictable. Whose side are you on? Drop a comment below. It'll be great to read. This was Age of Myths. See you in the next Legends.